Jessica Parker, the fight that divided Sex and the City. Few television shows have defined friendship the way Sex and the City did. For years, viewers believed the bond between Carrie, Samantha, Charlotte, and Miranda extended beyond the screen. The chemistry felt effortless. The laughter felt real. The emotional moments felt authentic. But behind the designer shoes, cosmopolitans, and witty one-liners, a feud was quietly brewing. And when it finally exploded into public view, it shocked fans around the world. Because this wasn't just a disagreement. It became one of Hollywood's most talked about fallouts. Today, we're breaking down the long, complicated, emotional battle between Kim Cattrall and Sarah Jessica Parker. What caused it, how it escalated, and why it ultimately changed the future of one of television's most beloved franchises. Let's step behind the glamour. When Sex and the City premiered in 1998, it was unlike anything television had seen before. It was bold. It was provocative. It talked openly about sex, relationships, ambition, and independence. And at the center of that fearless energy was Samantha Jones. Confident, unapologetic, electrifying. Kim Cattrall didn't just play Samantha, she embodied her. In many ways, Samantha became the breakout character of the series. Fans adored her humor, her honesty, and her refusal to conform to expectations about women and aging. But while audiences saw 4 equals on screen, behind the scenes, the power structure was very different. Sarah Jessica Parker wasn't just the star. She was also an executive producer. And that distinction would quietly shape tensions for years. From the beginning, there were whispers about salary disparities. As the show became a cultural phenomenon, Parker reportedly earned significantly more than her co-stars. Now, to be fair, lead actors often command higher salaries. But this situation felt different, because Sex and the City wasn't built around a lone protagonist. It thrived on the dynamic between 4 women. Fans didn't tune in only for Carrie. They tuned in for the group. Kim Cattrall later made it clear she believed compensation should reflect that reality. And this wasn't just about money. In Hollywood, salary equals status. It signals who holds influence, who has creative control, who is seen as indispensable. So when reports surfaced that Parker was making far more than the others, it planted seeds of resentment. Seeds that would grow over time. By the early 2000s, the show was at its peak. Awards, magazine covers, global popularity. But tension was becoming harder to ignore. Cattrall was known for maintaining professional boundaries. She has often described herself as friendly, but not interested in forced intimacy with co-workers. In contrast, Parker was widely perceived as warm, diplomatic, and eager to maintain harmony. 2 very different personalities. And sometimes, difference alone creates friction. Kim Cattrall would later explain something that reframed the entire narrative. She said, "We were never friends. We were colleagues." For some fans, that statement felt shocking. But in reality, many actors aren't close off screen. The illusion of friendship is part of the job. Still, once that perception cracked, people began re-evaluating everything. The first major public tremor came during contract negotiations. Cattrall reportedly held out for higher pay before the later seasons. Almost immediately, media narratives painted her as difficult. It's a pattern Hollywood has repeated for decades. When men negotiate aggressively, they're called smart. When women do, they're labeled divas. Cattrall pushed back against that framing, arguing she was simply advocating for fair treatment. And here's where things get complicated. Multiple cast members appeared closer to Parker socially, which fueled speculation about cliques. Was Kim excluded? Or did she choose distance? We may never fully know. But perception matters, especially in an industry driven by image. After the series ended in 2004, fans weren't ready to say goodbye. The demand for a movie was overwhelming. So when the first Sex and the City film hit theaters in 2008, it was a massive success. For a moment, it seemed any rumored tension had been resolved. But beneath the red carpets and reunion interviews, the fracture remained. Then came the second movie in 2010. And while financially successful, critics were far less kind. Some wondered if the magic was fading. Still, talk of a third film began almost immediately. Fans assumed it was inevitable. Until suddenly, it wasn't. In 2017, news broke that the third movie had been cancelled. And fingers quickly pointed toward Kim Cattrall. Reports suggested she had made specific demands that the studio refused to meet. The backlash was swift. Online commentary painted her as the villain who denied fans closure. But Kim didn't stay silent. She took to social media to tell her side. She said she had turned down the film years earlier, that the narrative portraying her as unreasonable was false, and that she simply didn't want to revisit the role. It was a powerful moment, because actors, especially women over 50, are rarely encouraged to walk away from iconic parts. Yet she did. And then, the feud went nuclear. Sarah Jessica Parker publicly expressed disappointment about the film's cancellation. Comments: